This is a journey into sound. A journey which along the way will bring to you new color, new dimension, new values, and a new experience.
Welcome to the G-Spot Podcast. I'm your guide, Katie Silcox, bringing you your weekly self-love soundbite. Join us for conversations around sex, spirit, and all things self-care. All things self-care. All things self-care.
This is a journey into sound.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
You are a G-Spot Podcast with Katie Silcox.
Hey beauties, welcome to the hot and sultry summer podcast with the G-Spot. I'm back in my backyard. We're going to do some podcasts back here because it's just so luscious. And we're doing a very, very special podcast with you today because I really wanted to give all of our listeners a little taste of what we do over here at Shakti School in the Lineage of Love subscription program. And one of the things that we do is we have a monthly live call where we get together as a group and we meditate together. And one of the other things we do is you guys get amazing meditations every single month with me. And so I thought, what better way to give you a taste of the Lineage of Love than to give you a meditation? And it's just something that I feel really, really passionate about and strong about. This need that we all have to come home to ourselves and to feel at ease in our body. And if you're anything like me, I don't always feel at home and at ease in my body, and I haven't always, and more I do. And so I'm excited about this little practice that I'm going to share with you guys because it's the thing that I do almost every morning, and I try to do it throughout the day, and it's super simple and yet incredibly profound. And so don't underestimate the power of the simplicity of this. Before we dive into the little beautiful experience that we're going to have together, a word from our sponsor, the incredible ApotheKary. My girl Shizu over in DC, I love you, girl, has an amazing company called ApotheKary. And this podcast, we are featuring 3 products that I have chosen that are really good for this time of the year, for summer. We've got some pitta-reducing herbs, some anti-inflammatory blends that will pacify this hot summer. So if you're feeling the inflammation, ladies, I got you. They have 3 products that I'm going to link to in the show notes. One is called Follow Your Gut, and it's really great. I've used it. It's got some turmeric in it, some astragalus, and just a hint of black pepper because that's what we need to increase the absorbability of turmeric. We've got a really great herb called Moringa, which I've recently discovered, which is a really great source of protein. And anti-inflammation. They've got a really good Moringa and a tea that I personally use. It's called Beauteaful, and it's got vitamin C rose hips. Rose hips are super high in vitamin C. Most people don't know that. Rooibos, goji berries, and rose petals, which I'm obsessed with rose. Y'all know that by now. So check out the link for those 3 products in the show notes and head over to ApotheKary. As always, we work with a lot of small lady businesses, really all about that. Okay, so what are we doing today together? So as you guys know, or may not know, there are a million different types of meditation. And I think when people are first discovering meditation, they're like, oh, meditation, I'm just discovering that. I think meditation is that thing I have to do where I stop thinking and get really quiet and sit with my spine super straight and focus on, bringing my mind to quietude. And I had my 85-year-old neighbor came over the other day, and he was so beautiful. He was like, yes, I recently started meditation. And I just thought, that is so beautiful. He's 85, and he went to a meditation class to learn meditation. So there's a lesson, right? It's never too late. But he was saying how it was so cute. He was like, I discovered that I am not very good at meditation. And it didn't seem to work for me. And I just started laughing, and I was like, oh my God, I'm a meditation teacher, and I suck at meditation some days. And so I was explaining to him that not all meditations are created equal, and they do different things in our body. And most people don't know that they do very different things to our physiology. You guys, that's a big deal. And so what that means, and what Ayurvedic practitioners knew, and a good yoga teacher should know, is that different meditations are needed for different people, and for different times in their life, and for different circumstances. And so I go into this in depth in Ayurveda school. And so if you're like, oh my God, I want to know all about that. I'm a yoga teacher, or I'm a doctor, or I'm a social worker, or I'm a mom, or I'm just a person that wants to know about it for myself. If you've ever felt like, you know what, I don't know if this meditation's working for me, it would be a good idea to sign up for Shakti school so you can learn all the different types of meditations that are good for different types of people, for different imbalances, for different times in life. And so today, I want to teach you a meditation that is particularly effective for bringing about parasympathetic calm and ease, and dare I even say pleasure in the body. If we don't have calm, ease, pleasure, if we don't feel safe in our own body, which, you guys, look at the time in which we are living. The number one thing, women especially, but men too, the number one thing we need to feel is safe. If you look at our political world, you can just see it's my tribe versus your tribe, because people don't feel safe. And when we don't feel safe, we get into our little tiny tribe, and we over-identify with a certain group or a certain identity, and we kind of hold firm to our, quote, beliefs or inclinations. When actually studies show, by the way, just a side note to make your day better, most Americans exist somewhere in the middle of the ideological and political perspective. So the news doesn't share that, right? But in other words, most of us, irrespective of our sex, our gender, our race, most of us kind of agree. Isn't that amazing? So, all that to say, I think we're in a period where we really want to feel at home and at ease in our body. So I'm going to teach you a very basic meditation that has to do with our animal brain, our animal body's ability to feel settled, to feel oriented. And this meditation will ask you not to go inside of your breath or inside of your body, but to actually go out into the environment. And that's why I'm doing it outside today. And I see that my beloved Marie has just come in, and so she can sit here and do it with me. And so it's going to be a short meditation, and I want you to think about, how can I just stop throughout my day and do this for 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, rather than meditation being something that you do for 30 minutes every morning, which is great. I'd like you to think about integrating it throughout the day. So all we're going to do is just take a moment to move into the sensory experience of seeing. And rather than focusing on something and honing in on it, I just want to let you to be easy and be comfortable, and just let your eyes wander around the room you're in or the environment you're in. And let your awareness move kind of like molasses, a little slower than you might normally, but let your attention wander around. And what's going to happen is your animal body is going to become interested in something. It's going to find something it finds interesting or pleasurable or beautiful. And it's going to want to stay there for a second and check it out. And so just let that happen. Let your gaze move when it's ready to move. You're not trying to focus at all. And as I'm looking around the environment, I'm noticing this little movement of ants on the ground going about their busy day. And you might just want to see something, and in your mind, or you can say it out loud, just name it. Oh, ants, or oh, tree. Whatever object can be, anything at all. And as you look around your space, you will maybe also notice that you'll have thoughts about the past or the future. You may have an image come up, or a memory, or a feeling, or even a physical sensation that may be pleasurable or not so pleasurable. And as you do that, just notice that, okay, there was a thought, but now I'm going to bring myself back to just noticing through the gateway of my sight. You may notice something that feels particularly beautiful or interesting, and can you stay with it loosely enough to let it be registered by your body? You can almost feel the texture of what you're looking at. And this last piece, there's going to be something that you're particularly drawn to that seems very beautiful or comfortable or soothing or brings you some sort of joy or pleasure, and just let yourself stay with that. And now start to register that pleasure in the body. Why do I like to look at that thing? Like, what does it do to my body to look at that thing? Another way of thinking about it is like, oh, what message is this object sending to me that feels soothing or enjoyable? Beautiful. It's that simple, my loves. Stop what you're doing. Pause button just start to look around the space, around the room. And we've done that about 10 minutes. And I do this whenever I'm just starting to feel like I'm really getting in my head and my thoughts, or emotions a little too much. I just go straight back out to the environment. And what most people report is a sense of ease, calm, and what it's doing is it's bringing us into this moment right now, which for most of us is just a really nice, comfortable, safe place to be. I hope you guys are having a wonderful summer. And as always, we are enrolling in Ayurveda School, Level 1. It's filling up. Get your booty in there. We've got some links in the show notes to our free mini course. So check that out. And if you're not a subscriber to the podcast, it really helps us if you subscribe and leave a great review if you enjoy these practices. And that helps other people find us. All right, my friends, have a beautiful summer, and we'll see you soon.
Beauteaful upon Shakti. Beauteaful.